the south, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between our visitors and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They go play action here on first down. Eyes the crossing route, and he finds Pittman. And he'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll look to throw again. And going right back to Pittman. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Already he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter, and he's got a first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now a give right side. It's Harrison, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line. Now the extra point.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that with an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early. And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Throwing to start the drive. Aguilar. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Aguilar. And he's got his man on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Throwing on first down. Aguilar. He finds Lynch. It's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Panthers come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Aguilar. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And he'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole, and it leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help
up here, and you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On 1st and 10, Aguilar. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. (10-7) our score after one right here on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Aguilar. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain of 32 that time.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Looking to throw. Aguilar. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From a yard out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Down to about the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He already with a couple of touchdown throws in this first half as his guys start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there. Just go right at him. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lynch. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Aguilar. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, That's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Harrison. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Holding, offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Aguilar. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Looking to throw. Aguilar. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Things definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On first down, Aguilar. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Back to throw. Aguilar. Eluding the pressure, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point forthcoming. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. The Ravens trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Gillislee, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see there it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Looking to throw on second down. Aguilar looking middle, and that's complete. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking to throw. Aguilar. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Nice play was on there, but the touchdowns looked good at the start, but the defense was right.
They did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd and 5. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd down. Aguilar. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And I think really good defenders can snip out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. Now 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down now, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
The try here for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
On first down, Harrison. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Intended for his wideout, incomplete. Makes it 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. He's got it to the 43 here.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is just not getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Falcons offense set to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run on 1st down. It's Harrison, and he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Toronto's offense ready to take over. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over at the sidelines all the time.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. to throw. Aguilar, he finds his man, complete. It's Lynch. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down at the 28.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Falcons 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Falcons ready to take over. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll start on the ground here on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of 2.
Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him. Complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Over the middle, complete. That's Harrison. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for our visitors, the win is their 8th on the year, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.